Hello viewer, and welcome to a new series on my channel, 100 Days in Stardew Valley. If you're new here, my name is Sarah. It's nice to meet you. If you're not new here, as always, welcome back. Today we begin an inspiring journey in one of my favorite games of all time, Stardew Valley. We will dive into the first 100 days where I will be attempting to go from Bleh to Bleh. My main goals for this first 100 days are to complete the community center with remix bundles, have earned $250,000, and have a beautiful farm that I can be proud of. I set some other goals for myself along the way, including finding the trash hat, reaching at least level 5 in all skills, and getting the Junimo plush. So, without further ado, let's dive on in. On day 1, I grabbed my free snappies, planted them, watered them, and then set off to forage. While foraging in the trash cans, I was scolded by both Alex and Evelyn for being poor. But let's all just take a moment. If these people weren't so wasteful and left things like whole-ass cookies in the trash, I wouldn't be digging around there, would I? I stood with Elliot for a while after that, and then I headed home. I also reached level 1 foraging, which was pretty dope. Day 2 was filled with more introductions, with only the wizard and Sebastian remaining. I did some more foraging, and then I headed back to bed. On day 3, a friggin' crow ate one of my snappies, so I was going to begin gathering materials to craft a scarecrow, until I realized I couldn't yet. So, with that, I hoped the Stardew-universe would keep the crows at bay and keep my snappies safe. I ran around town being the little trash goblin that I was, and I happened to find a geode. Then I ran down to the beach, talked to Willy Bobilly, and grabbed my fishing rod as well. Then I spent the rest of the day clearing the farm, getting the wood that I would need for my scarecrow at a later date, and doing a little bit of fishing. On day 4, I received a letter from Pierre demanding I buy his goods, and lucky for him, I didn't go the Joja route this time, so I would, in fact, be supporting his business. After watering my precious little babies, I skipped into town to purchase the seeds that I would need for the community center. I hadn't opened the bundles at this point, so I purchased one of each spring crop just to be safe. I fished around town for the rest of the day and ended up reaching level 1 fishing. So day 5 is where it really gets fun and interesting, because this is kind of when everything starts to happen on your farm. However, I forgot to unpause my recording, so here is a brief list of what I got done. I sold my snappies, opened the community center, said some more hellos, and fulfilled a wanted ad from Willy for a couple of fish and got 90 glorious dollars. I also had set a reminder for myself to buy the backpack on this day, but then I realized it was $2,000, and so I would need to wait until it went on clearance. By the end of the day, I reached level 1 farming, so now we can finally craft that scarecrow, baby! On day 6, I opened my letter from the wizard and trotted over to his tower to say hello. Then I went to the community center, checked the bundles, which honestly for remix bundles was not that bad. I've never done remix bundles before, so I wasn't really sure what to expect, but the only bundle that I was slightly worried about was the rare crop bundle. And here's a little side note, I'm going to be worried about a whole lot more than just that rare crop bundle. You just wait, besties. I went home and grabbed the donations that I had, delivered them to the community center, and completed the spring forage bundle, unlocking the pantry and the fish tank. Again, neither having anything too crazy, which was definitely a relief. I went back home and planted my spring seeds before heading to bed. I reached level 2 foraging, and now we can make survival burgers, which I will never do. On day 7, I dedicated this time to making the donations that I could and fishing some more so that I could reach level 2 to craft bait. I finally crafted a scarecrow so my lovely little crappies wouldn't get attacked anymore, and I caught a chub. But hey, we reached level 2 fishing as planned, so that was good. On day 8, I crafted a chest to place all of the donations into so that I could make more substantial trips to the community center. I ran into Sebastian on the beach, who was the final villager I needed to meet, and in all honesty, kind of forgot about the introductions thing, so good to finally have that taken care of. I did some ocean fishing and caught the anchovy and a whole school of sardines. I also caught 2 silver quality eels, which meant the night fishing bundle was well on its way to completion. After that amazing display of fishing ability, I donated all of the items I could and got the cutscene for the mines, binned the rest of my fish, and then headed to bed. Day 9 was a good luck day, so I decided to give the mines a shot. Once in the mines, I made it to floor 15 before calling it a day. So with my pockets full of honestly a bunch of random stuff that I don't think I really need right now, I headed home and I went to bed. On day 10, Clint stopped by because I found a bunch of garbage in the mines, and Marty also gave me a cat. I named him Houdini after my cat who passed away a couple months ago and proceeded to cry for about 10 minutes straight, again being reminded that healing is not linear. Once I pulled myself together, I was determined to make it further in the mines. I had both star drop luck and spring onions on my side, so I thought this was gonna be a success. However, I only made it 5 floors. But I did find a cherry bomb, so I used that to open the rock to the dwarf trader and had gotten the steel sword on floor 20. It rained on day 11, and I also had bad luck, but figured I'd give the mines a shot anyway since I blew chunks on star drop luck day anyway. And I managed 10 floors, so I guess I'm just better than everyone else. I also found and returned Robin's lost axe, even though she has another one right next to her at all times. I also reached level 2 mining, which meant I can craft staircases now, and reach level 1 combat. Day 12 was also spent in the mines, and I reached level 38, but at midnight, so I decided to leave. Now I'm level 2 farming, so, pop off. And finally, it had arrived. The day that we've all been waiting for patiently. The Egg Festival. After tending to my sweet little babies, I headed toward town with a slight pep in my step. Upon arriving, I purchased 3 strawberry seeds, and full disclosure, I had a plan in motion to purchase more than 3 strawberries, but I forgot that plan immediately after putting it into motion. So we got 3 and decided that I would dump all of the rest of my money into blueberries in the summer. Then it was time for the most anticipated event of the entire day, the egg hunt. So rumor has it, Abigail's won the egg hunt like 6 years in a row, but she lost last year and threw such a fit and started throwing eggs at everybody and eating quarts like it was chocolate and whipping her basket at people that it's just hers to win now. So obviously, she is in for a rude awakening because she has not met me. And yeah, I won. So suck it, Abigail. On day 14, I was still feeling the high of my victory, so I wanted to channel that energy into something healthy. So I decided to go to the mines. I reached level 40, completing another journal quest, entry, request, whatever you want to call those. I also completed the spring crops bundle and unlocked the boiler room. The only thing that really concerned me was the iridium ore and the battery, given the fact that you can only get a battery from a lightning rod or from the traveling cart, but I have absolutely no luck with her, so we'll see. Days 15 through 19 were mainly dedicated to catching the remaining spring fish I needed and getting further in the mines. During this time, I reached level 2 combat, level 3 mining, and got up to level 4 fishing. I foraged for salmon berries, got my fiberglass rod, and fished a ton. On day 19, I also caught the remaining spring fish I needed, the bird. On day 20, I realized I actually still needed a quality largemouth bass, so I caught that at the lake, then headed to the community center to donate all of the items I had. On day 21, I finished the crab pot bundle without actually having to use the crab pot that I bought, unlocking the bulletin board. I had also purchased a sturgeon from the traveling cart and donated that as well, completing the lake fish bundle and unlocking the vault. I reached level 3 farming, which meant our skills currently stand at foraging 5, fishing 4, farming 3, mining 3, and combat 2. Days 22 and 23 were spent fishing. Literally, just fishing. Day 22, I reached level 5 fishing, making my fish worth 50% more. I fumbled the strawberries for this run, but I wasn't going to miss out on blueberry season. I was not going to let that happen. On day 24, I decided to give the mines another shot, and it went bad. Big surprise. Days 25 through 28 are just gone. There we go, and that's the end of spring. Day 29 marked the first day of summer. I did some light inventory management and then headed to Pierre's to buy the summer seeds that I needed for the community center. I got the summer crop seeds and then also got the flowers that I would need to grow right now for the garden bundle. Then I dumped the rest of my money into blueberries. I didn't record days 30 through 43. Here's a brief rundown of what was accomplished. I planted, I watered, I fished, I mined, did some more planting, did some more watering, you guessed it, did some more fishing. We finished the garden bundle, the ocean fish bundle, the summer crop bundle, and the summer forage bundle. And then I also donated a corn for the fall crop bundle. Then I realized I sold the only poppy I had purchased because I thought I didn't need it anymore. So I purchased and planted another one, put in an order for the house upgrade, and did some more farm maintenance. I also got the ancient seed and the rare seed. Day 44 was another mines run to gather some more slime for the adventurers bundle. I got 17, which wasn't too bad, but also wasn't great. On the way home from the mines, I ran into Abigail. I tried I really did to patch up our relationship, but it was clear by her ignoring of my advances that she was still not over it, so I told her to kick rocks, and I ran away. We also hit 50,000 total earnings, so that means only 200,000 more to go. Day 45 was Tapper Day. I gathered the materials I needed and crafted them. I thought I still needed 2 maple syrup and 1 oak resin, but forgot that I had donated things to replace the maple syrup, so this whole day was kind of a wash. But I did end up managing to get a piece of cloth from the second piece of soggy newspaper I put in my recycler, which should be its own speedrunning category. I will take my crown now, thank you. Day 46, Emily stopped by to tell me something, but I skipped the cutscene so the world might never know. I was also feeling lucky on this day, so I hit the mines. I found a diamond, got the lead rod, which is a good weapon, but has honestly nothing on the bone sword. I also almost died because I got too cocky and wasn't paying attention. I donated the cloth, the sunflower, the peach, and the diamond, and then I called it a day. On day 47, I fished by the ocean and sold all of my catches to Willie. I was hoping I would get the $10,000 I needed to purchase that bundle from the vault, but I came up a little short, so instead I just donated a common mushroom and a blackberry to the community center and headed home. I did reach level 5 farming and chose the tiller profession. With the sales of my crops on day 48, I purchased the $10,000 bundle and got the lightning rod. After this, I was feeling far too confident in myself, so I decided to hit the mines again. This trip was pretty fruitful though, and I made it to level 85. I got a bone sword and found the remaining items to complete the treasure hunters bundle, the adventurers bundle, and the exotic forage bundle. My first attempt at day 49 was a complete and utter wash, but 49.2 was a success. I made it to floor 100 in the mines and got a star drop. I also reached level 5 combat and chose the fighter profession, and reached level 5 mining, choosing the geologist profession. That's right, folks, it is officially the halfway point of this wonderful journey we're on. So let's take a look at all of our numbers thus far. Farming, foraging, mining, and combat all stand at level 5, and our fishing is at level 8. Our farm has amassed a total earning of $62,611 thus far. Our farm appearance is very poor, and we have 16 of 30 total bundles for the community center completed. I had this entire wonderful plan for day 50. I thought it was going to be a success. We were going to throw a party, and then halfway through the day I realized my recording was paused. So you guys are just going to have to take my word, because truly it was something spectacular. Day 51 was spent similarly to 50. I spent it in the mines and remembered to hit record this time, and had pretty good luck that day too, and made it to the bottom to get the skull key. After that, I went to the beach to forage and fish and ended up catching a freaking super cucumber, which I have never done in the over 100 hours I have in this game, so I felt pretty accomplished by that. I also reached level 6 combat, which means we're pretty well set on our skills all getting to level 10. On day 52, I wanted to start working on the look of the farm, because honestly up until this point I've been putting it off because I'm terrible at decorating my farm. So I ran over to Robin's to purchase the lamppost and the stone walkway recipes, and then I got to work crafting. I also crafted a few preserve jars for the preserving area, and once I am a high enough level I will craft all of the kegs that will go there as well. Days 53 and 54 were spent fishing and selling to get up to $25,000 to purchase the final vault bundle, and on day 54 we finally made that happen. I grabbed my crystallarium and took it home. I placed a jade in it so that we could start getting more jade to purchase staircases for Skull Caverns. During the night, the Junimos fixed the bus stop, and I reached level 6 foraging. On day 55, I made my first trip to the desert to open Skull Caverns, grab a cactus fruit, and to purchase beet seeds from Sandy. Once I got home, I laid some more pathing, and then I headed to bed. On day 56, we received Q's letter about reaching level 20 of Skull Caverns, and I did some more beautification around the farm and hit the traveling cart to see what she had. I purchased a tiger trout and completed the riverfish bundle. Welcome to the first day of fall, y'all. Day 57, I found the hazelnut I needed at the bus stop and completed the fall forage bundle. Day 58 was spent farming rocks for paths and doing more beautification, and on day 59, I actually found the ancient doll I needed to complete the children's bundle. The community board was also unlocked, so I checked that out and took a request from Willie, which I will inevitably forget about and never fill. Day 60, I was rewarded with a purple mushroom for the field research bundle. It was also raining, so I headed to the mountain lake to catch the last fish that I needed. After catching 2 iridium quality walleye, I donated them and completed the fish tank. And then during the night, the Junimos removed the glittering boulder. Day 62 was another cart day, so I headed over there to see what she had. I purchased a fried egg for the chef's bundle and a hot pepper for George's knee. I also put in an order with Robin for a silo, so that way when I started getting rid of all the grass and fiber on my farm, I would actually get hay for it. I'm gonna be honest here, guys. I don't think I'm gonna be able to complete the community center in this first 100 days. I majorly flubbed up and should have been getting the barn built and upgraded this whole time. But I figured I'd have better luck at the cart with regard to the truffle. If you take anything from this video, just build your barn. Day 62 was very short because I was still feeling really upset about the whole mistake with the truffle and that I had potentially, and did inevitably, throw this run. Day 63 was another cart day, so I went back to check her wares, bought an orange and a large milk for the artisan bundles, and then put my copper axe upgrade in and scythed all the hay on my farm. No truffle, Sarah sad, moving on. Day 64 was the start of blackberry season, so I just spent the next couple of days foraging, working on the farm, and gathering materials for sprinklers, preserve jars, and kegs. Day 68, it was a big day. It was the first cart day of the week. I felt that today would be the day that I would walk up to that cart and find my sweet, sweet truffle. It was in fact failure, but I did find an iridium ore, which finished the engineer's bundle and completed the boiler room. My steel axe was also ready this day, so I picked it up and got to chopping. I gathered the 10 hardwood I needed for the construction bundle and knocked that one out as well. Once home, I crafted my cheese press and went to bed. The wonderful little Junimos fixed the mine carts over the night as well. On day 69, my cheese was ready, so I completed the artisan bundle and mined for ore for a little bit. I placed my keg and made my first coffee. On day 70, I finished the rare crop bundle and the fall crop bundle, which completed the pantry, so that meant in the morning the greenhouse would be fixed. I also reached level 7 farming, made a cool $21,000. Oh yeah! Completed one of my other side quests! I found the garbage hat! Day 71 was spent in the mines gathering coal, and y'all, I was having unreal luck. What you're watching right now is not cut together. That is how quickly those ladders were dropping. Yeah, that's never happened to me, ever. Ever. Anyway, I also got the greenhouse started with some grapes and fruit trees. Eventually, I'll move some kegs in there and make that solely a wine and coffee area for the farm. Day 72 was the day I'd been waiting for all year long, the Stardew Valley Fair. I had all of my gold and silver quality goodies and headed in to place them in my display box. I was feeling a little overconfident after filling that box, knowing not only did I beat Abigail at her game, but I was about to beat her father at his as well. As Lewis looked at all of the displays, I couldn't help but chuckle to myself. Then it was finally time. I geared up for a tussle to break out. So I got my star drop and got the F out of there. Days 73 and 74 were spent laying paths and fencing on the farm and gathering stones and ore for other crafting later on. Day 75 was another cart day, but I forgot to go, so now we have an even smaller chance of finding the truffle at the cart. God, I love doing things like this to myself. On day 76, I went to Skull Caverns to see what it was all about, and it was going pretty good until I died and lost my sword. But I also had all of my jade on me, which I was thankful didn't get taken away. Harvey brought me back to life and sent me home with an astronomical bill and told me he hopes I get better. Day 77 was another cart day, and she had absolutely nothing. But now I could purchase staircases from the merchant, so I did that and tried Skull Caverns again. I got way too cocky and decided the lower levels would be easier to find ladders on. Yeah, I don't know. It was like 2 in the morning when I was recording this bit, so my brain really wasn't working. I died again, single-handedly keeping Harvey's practice afloat, making $2,000 off of one stupid farmer in 2 days. After 2 failures in Skull Caverns in a row, I turned my focus back to the beautification of the farm. On day 78 and 79, I laid more paths, chopped trees, placed fences, and reached level 9 of fishing. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm not gonna really bore you with the next 20 days, well, technically 32, but 20 days. So basically, on day 80 through 82, I just fished, mined, and did all that just to make some money. And I forgot to go to the cart again on the 82nd day, so I can officially kiss the community center goodbye, because my luck is not that good. I did reach level combat 7 though. Level combat 7? Woohoo! Day 83 was a Spirits Eve festival, so I tooled around the farm until the festival started. Then I went and grabbed my pumpkin and left immediately after. Day 84 marked the last day of fall, and I spent my time in the mines looking for geodes to get iridium ore. I processed them at Clint's, then donated what I could to the museum. I did remember to check the cart, and she had absolutely nothing. Day 85 was the start of winter, which meant we were nearing the end of this ghastly excuse for a playthrough. I saw Krobus and found him, meaning I could now find like secret notes and stuff with my magnifying glass, which really wasn't gonna help us at all, because I couldn't just magically find a truffle. So I got the crocus I needed for the winter forage, and then I hit the mines for more geodes and iridium. While in the mines, I found a prismatic shard, so now I can get the galaxy sword, which I wasn't even planning on doing in this playthrough. I also completed the field research bundle and got level 7 mining. On day 86, I headed to the Calico Desert for my galaxy sword and found the final winter forage item along the way. With that snow yam, I had successfully completed another room of the community center, making the little Junimos very happy, but making me very saddy. Again, I got cocky now that I had the galaxy sword and gave the Skull Caverns a go. Guess what? Yeah, I died. I didn't lose the galaxy sword, so I guess that's, that's good. This opens the quarry as well, which means that we can try to find some iridium there for the iridium bar that we need for the dye bundle. I dedicated day 87 to collecting materials and crafting preserve jars. I needed 14 more to fill out the space I had set aside for them on the farm, which meant a lot of material. 700 wood, 560 stone, and 112 coal to be exact. I ended up buying what I could and had to scavenge for the rest. But once done, I filled them all and officially have the jam export for the farm up and running. At the quarry on day 88, I found 4 iridium ore, which meant I only needed 1 more for that iridium bar, and while there, I went into the cave and got the golden scythe, which really makes absolutely no difference at this point in the playthrough. Day 88 through 90 were also spent mining for geodes, hoping to find the single iridium ore I still needed. And yet again, nothing at the cart, not a single thing. Pierre also stopped by the farm on day 91 and told me I was no longer allowed to shop at his establishment and that he would contact the authorities if I ever set foot on his property again. I was thrown off by this, but was more than happy to oblige. I felt sorry for Caroline in that moment though, and decided I would do what I could in the next 100 days to become her best friend and hopefully try to get her to leave her husband. Just going in full Sims mode. Your wife is now mine. After this confrontation, I needed to cool off and clear my head. I headed to Skull Caverns and found the final ore I needed. Day 92 was the Ice Festival and the beginning of my villain arc. I conquered my competitors in the fishing competition and received my beautiful sailor's hat. Day 93, I just completed the dye bundle, and then I spent the rest of the day fishing and crying about throwing the entire run. And now the truffle was officially the only thing standing in the way of my completing that gall-dang community center. I spent the rest of the day and the entire next just beautifying the farm and ignoring my impending failure. On day 96, I only got up to check the cart, which again had no truffle. Then I just went to bed. I slept through day 97 as I could not bring myself to get out of bed. Day 98 was another cart day. I was not feeling very confident, and I did attempt to manifest the truffle by writing it in my notes before I went to check the cart, and that also did not work. So I just went home and cried myself to sleep. Day 99 was the first day of the night market, which renewed my hope for a truffle, but there wasn't one. So instead, I bought some seasonal plants and just threw them around the farm. Day 100, not technically the last day, but just day 100. That night market, still no truffle. I bought more plants and just went home. I did finally reach level 8 farming, so I could officially craft the kegs that I needed. And then honestly, I'm not even gonna bore you guys with days 100 through 112, but basically, they were just all a blur. That's it. I mean, I didn't finish the community center because of that gall-dang truffle, but that will be the first thing that I accomplish in the next 100 days or in the next year. I did reach at least level 5 in all skills, and that's the thing. I accomplished all of my other goals in this series. I may not have accomplished the main one, but that's all right. And in the next year, is what we're going to call it, we will be working on getting the farm to be completely self-sufficient and making it the beacon of Stardew Valley, and just a side quest, taking Pierre down. So the battle has truly begun. We are at a unique intersection here though, and I wanted to ask your guys' opinion as to what to do next. We could still buy the Joja membership and then take Pierre down completely. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much, first of all. I genuinely certainly appreciate it. Go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know if we should be kind and just complete the community center or through Joja. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back to see what next year has in store. Here's just a little shameless self-promotion at the very end of the video. If you liked this video, maybe leave a like. If you're not subscribed, you could subscribe, but only if you want to. I don't want you to feel pressure. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. I am signing off. Bye! What is that line, Sarah? What did I write?